The first scam that we're going to discuss today is phishing. This is the most common and easily deployed scam that is currently operating. There's actually many different types of phishing, but the concept and techniques are all very similar. A fraudster will contact you via email, text, or phone and pretend to be a representative from a legitimate organization or company, such as your bank. Usually, their tactic is tricking you into sharing your personal information. They will then turn around and use your personal information to take money out of your accounts. Phishing is a play on the word phishing. It's called phishing because scammers are literally sending out thousands or millions of these fraudulent emails and texts. So this is similar to a fisherman throwing out his hook in hopes of catching something. Some people will ignore or simply delete the email, but the fraudsters only need a few people to bite the hook for them to make money. Phishing is especially dangerous because it has evolved with the rise of technology and the way that people communicate, making it easy to target new victims. One form of phishing currently on the rise is called smishing. The term smishing is a play on SMS or texting. Basically, instead of sending a fraudulent email, the scammers send fraudulent texts. Again, with the same intent of tricking the victim into sharing their personal information. Here's a quick example of what a phishing scam looks like. A scammer may send a text or email that your bank account has been locked due to suspicious activity. The text is requesting that you click on the included link in order to review the suspicious activity. This obviously sounds troubling, so you might click it. Then, you are led to a website that looks identical to your bank's login screen. However, this login screen is actually fake because the scammers have created a website that looks exactly like your bank's website. So, you type in your user ID and password into the fraudulent login screen, but instead of logging into your account, your information was sent to the scammer who now has your online banking user ID and password. Usually the scammers will then log into your actual bank account and take out as much as they can. This is often done via electronic methods such as Zelle, wire transfer, ACH, and more. As we mentioned before, this scam is quite popular. So how do you protect yourself? Although it's not always easy, here's a quick list of things that you can do to protect yourself from phishing. Remember, rule number 1 of fraud protection is that if someone is reaching out to you and asking you to provide or input your personal information, this should be a major red flag. So, if you do receive an email or text like this, do not reply or click on anything. Instead, you should call the bank directly. That way, you know that you're speaking to an actual bank representative and not a criminal in their basement. Once again, this is probably the most important thing you can do to prevent fraud. Another tip to preventing phishing scams is to carefully read the email or text that you receive. Usually, if you look closely, you'll be able to notice that the email or text is potentially fraudulent. Some of the most common characteristics of fraud are misspelling and grammar errors. Many of these scams originate overseas. Therefore, the people writing the fraudulent emails and texts will usually include misspelled words, grammatical errors, and may even use uncommon words. This is especially true for communications from your bank because a major bank probably is not going to send you an email with misspelled words and improper grammar. Finally, do you even bank at this bank? If you receive a text from Citibank but you don't even bank with Citibank, then that should be a red flag as well. Here are a few examples of real smishing texts. These 4 texts were all sent to one person, 3 of which were sent almost a week apart. Luckily, this individual does not bank at any of these institutions, which is the first red flag. As you can see, each text is sent from a different phone number and the links included are all completely different. This is extremely suspicious for the connected text because most financial institutions will have their automated fraud messages coming from the same number. They also probably won't be sending texts from different area codes with completely different links. take a moment to study the links. Huge red flag. Other subtle red flags that can be noted is the punctuation, lack of proper spacing and capitalization. Also, the grammar and writing style is not very common or proper. My personal favorite is the word cherry, which I actually had to look up. Remember, it's called phishing for a reason. The fraudsters are throwing out as many phishing lines as possible and waiting for people to bite. And many people fall for this every day. So hopefully we were able to provide some valuable information on how this scam works and how you can best protect yourself.